stories, but I figured if I can tell my story, then it might encourage other people to tell theirs.
Sierra Leone's bid to qualify for next year's Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon remains in doubt, and Shane Warne says he wants to see the band trio of Steve Smith, David Warner and Cameron Bancroft return to the Australian cricket team. The four-time Olympic gold medalist gymnast Simone Biles has told the BBC she feels empowered after taking a stand against the doctor who abused her and other young American gymnasts. At the recent US National Championships, Biles honoured all of her fellow survivors of Larry Nassar's abuse through the design of her leotard. In January, Nassar was sentenced to up to 175 years in jail after nearly 160 women accused him of sexual abuse. Biles is set to compete at the World Championships in Doha later this month and admits she feels like a weight has been lifted off her shoulders.
I think a lot of people struggle with coming out and telling their stories, but I figured if I can tell my story, then it might encourage other people to tell theirs, because a lot of people do look up to me, so they're like, if Simone can be strong enough, hopefully I can too, and that's kind of the message that I wanted to give. But I was kind of relieved when it came out, and it was a lot of pressure off my shoulders, because to keep something in like that for so long, whenever we usually share everything with our friends, our family, and our fans, was a lot.
You've often been talked about as being like gymnastics saviour. That's a lot to put on one person.
Yes.
How have you ever felt about that tag, that moniker?
It's kind of crazy because I can't be the one to save everything, but you know, as long as I do my job and everyone's pleased, maybe I'll save something.
I think because people think of you as kind of a superwoman, you can do things that normal human beings can't. So do you feel more or less pressure now going into the world, knowing you've sort of been there, you've done it, you've performed on the biggest stages?
It's almost more pressure because you know exactly what to expect and the pressure that will be put on you, rather than your first time. You kind of are so excited to be there and you take everything